A good dinner of Shabbos. This week's Parsha is Parshas Shelach, where we find, of course, the famous story of what we call the Meraglim. The reason why I say of what we call the Meraglim is because if you look at the Pasuk, we don't really see the Psukim calling them Meraglim. The first pasuk, the second pasuk rather, says Shlach lecha anashim v'yasuru es eretz Canaan, and this lashon of v'yasuru, of tur, is meaning tough vav resh, is used I think 12 times. Yeah, 12 times throughout the parsha. Never does it say meraglim. It keeps saying vayishlach Moshe lasur es eretz Canaan. It keeps using the lashon of lasur. In modern Hebrew, lasur, latur, means exactly what it sounds like in English, to tour. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, actually, he brings a malbim that explains the difference between lasur and leragel. Lasur is like a tourist. A tourist is coming to see, to enjoy, to marvel at the country's beauty, to see all its magnificent areas, things like that. A spy does just the opposite. A spy is not going to take in the beauty of a land. That's not what a spy does. His job is to look for the vulnerabilities of a land, to look at the worst part of the land. We do find Meraglim somewhere else in the Torah. Yosef, when he accuses the brothers of being Meraglim, he tells them, Meraglim atem, your Meraglim, Leroy says, Ervas ha'aretz basem. You're coming to see the worst part of the land. That's Meraglim. That's not what was happening here. The mission over here in this week's parsha was lasur es haaretz, to go take in the beauty of a land. Their mission was not leragel. The Torah doesn't use that language over here. That wasn't their mission. Their mission wasn't to check Eretz Yisrael for its vulnerabilities, to determine how it could be captured. It was to be impressed by the land, to see how much it has to offer, to see how amazing it is. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs says that it's similar to a chassan who has to meet his kala. We know the halacha is that a chassan can't get engaged to a kala unless he sees her first. The job of the spies in this week's parsha was to go see their bride, Eretz Yisrael, the land that they were destined for, so that they could fall in love with the land, not so that they could find faults in the land. That was the job over here. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs says in his beautiful way of writing, their task was to tour and explore, not spy and decry. That's the point. But only 2 of the spies saw it this way. Only 2 of them understood their true mission. The other 10 thought that it was to offer military analysis or things like that. The truth is that this speaks to 2 ways of living life. And we have to think to ourselves, how do we want to live life? As Turim or as Meraglim? If we live with a tourist type of mindset, quote unquote, then we appreciate the beauty in our lives and the blessings in our lives. And of course, everyone has challenges in their lives. That goes without saying. No one's life is perfect, and you should do what you have to fix those things up. But in general, do we have a mindset of goodness? Our life is good? Or is our mindset of meraglim? Everything is bad. Everything is negative. Everything is worst case scenario. That's how we have to think about our lives. Lasur es haaretz. That was the job over here, and that's the job in our lives, to go through our lives as if we are looking for the best and only looking for the good, not always looking for the bad like Meraglim. Have a wonderful Shabbos.